First and foremost, I'm not trying to offend or insult any agreement that two people have in a relationship. This is more or less just to create discussion of what I've been noticing in, well, hell, all relationships if you want, as of late. So let's talk about the open relationship.
Yeah, outline. Yeah. With Kevin, Dwayne. The outline. Yeah. With Kevin, Dwayne. This is the outline. With Kevin, Dwayne. Kevin, Dwayne. Kevin, Dwayne. With Kevin, Dwayne.
I'm not feeling what we do in this bedroom anymore. Like, when we first got together, it was really dope and good, and I loved it. And I mean, occasionally I still do like it, but I'm just not feeling it anymore. And I don't know if you feel the same way, but I love you, and I don't want to mess this up, but I wonder if you could be a little open-minded about something.
When I was like 18 or 19, I remember going out into the scene and looking for the person to, be with. And, in my mind, I'm like, oh, we'll be together forever. And, I just had this whole fairy tale ideal in my head. And not to say that I don't have it anymore. I still think there's hope, and I still think there's that person that I can be with for the rest of my life. I mean, I won't let that go because I am a hopeless romantic, but I am being a little more realistic now at 26 because of what I see. I mean, I'm looking at the statistics, I'm looking at the examples that are around me, and I'm noticing that the open relationship is kind of the popular option for a lot of people, gay and straight. And it's funny because a lot of people won't talk about it. It's become like taboo in a sense, but if you really dig deep, you start to figure it out. And I'm starting to wonder, like, is that really all there is to it? For example, you be with someone for 2 years, and then they just come to you out of nowhere and just say, like, oh yeah, how about we bring somebody into the equation, or how about we do this, how about we do that? But my thing is, why is it that we don't see that that's selfish? Like, why is it that people think it's okay not to be monogamous? Why is this the new norm? And it's funny because I wrote a post about this maybe a year ago. Yeah, it was a year ago. I wrote a post about it. And I was talking about, like, why is everyone, dating and having that understanding, or we just understand each other and we have an agreement and stuff like that, and I can do this and he can do that and it's okay. And I remember someone commenting, they were just like, you know what, Kevin, you're naive and you need to grow up. No one likes fucking the same ass for year after year. And I was like, wow, I need to grow up and I'm naive. I think that's kind of crazy because that's the most selfish thing I've ever fucking heard. So babe, I made us some profiles on some websites. I did Grindr, Jack, and I did it as a couple profile, and I put that, we've been in a long-term relationship and we're not looking to break that. We're looking to have a little bit of extra fun, and yeah, we already got a couple people hitting us up, so I'm excited about it. I love you. Like, how do you say, okay, I love you, but actually I'm tired of fucking you, so I need you to allow me to go out and have sex with somebody else? I mean, we can do it as a threesome, or I can go out and just do it by myself, but I need you to allow that. That doesn't sound like love to me. It just doesn't. And maybe that's why I'm single. Maybe that's why I'll probably continue to be single until I die. That's fine. Because that just sounds really fucking selfish. Because at that point, the relationship is over, in my opinion. You guys are just friends. So why not just be friends? Why not just be roommates? We're roommates. Love you to death. I love my best friends to death. Love them to death. We're not having sex. So essentially, isn't that what you guys are doing? No. What's happening is everybody wants their cake and they want to eat it too. I want to have you here in case I do want to get in that, but I also want to have the option to bring somebody else in it. And it's always funny because I keep hearing the same story over and over again with couples. And I'm not saying every couple does this. If you are together or you're with somebody and you guys are monogamous, good for you. That's what I want one day. And thank you for being that example, especially for gay men. Thank you for being that example. But for the rest of you, I don't get this shit. Okay, so you're dating someone and you guys say, okay, we're gonna bring a third party in. We're gonna, you know, we'll set some ground rules. We only can do it together. It'll be a threesome. Okay, whatever. That's it. For some reason, it always seems like there's always side play. One person goes to work and one person does something, and then the two are getting together, or the other two are getting together, but they made these rules that no one's following. And what's happening is you've already kind of broken the code of your relationship, so how can you even expect faithfulness? Like, really? Hey, what's up with you, man? Yeah, man. We had a good time with you, man. Like, we really appreciate you coming through. Like, it was real dope. Oh, yeah, no problem. Thank you, though. Like, it was much needed, man. Yeah, no, it was really dope. But I was wondering if did you want to kick it today? I mean, nah, he's at work right now, but he ain't gonna trip. Why don't you come through? About 30? Alright, cool. I'll see you in a bit, man. Alright, peace. I just don't understand like how people are just settling for this. And like I said, I don't want it to come across, because I know people who do this, and I respect people's choices, but it's not a choice that I want for myself. And that's the main purpose of this video, just to kind of open it up. Open relationships just seem very selfish to me. They just do. I just don't know how you can have the gall to say, I'm tired of you and I need this, but I still need the stability of a relationship. I still need the companionship. Why are we just... it just makes no sense to me. I just want to know how it works, and I kind of want to discuss it. So feel free to leave comments and let me know what you think about it. And I mean, wouldn't it be better just to be friends, or is open relationship the only way that things gonna work? Because somebody said, it was on Twitter, and they were all like, oh, I said open relationships are selfish. They was like, oh, that's like saying being monogamous is just as selfish. I'm like, how is being monogamous selfish? Because I want somebody to commit to me forever? What's the problem? Isn't that how it works? Isn't that how it's supposed to go? I mean, that's how I've seen marriages happen. And then people say, well, you shouldn't compare gay relationships to straight relationships. Yeah, but straight people are doing this too. They're opening it up. You guys saw Basketball Wives where Evelyn was like, oh, if you step out, put a condom on. Everybody is settling. Why? Just to say you have somebody? I just don't see the point. I really don't. And once again, I'm single and naive. So sorry for respecting myself. Sorry for not having that. And then on top of that, speaking of the agreements, people always say like, oh, well, we both agreed to this. We're cool with it. Honestly, I don't believe that. There's always one person that's pressed, and I've seen it happen several times. Two people go into it. One person is trying to keep the other, so they say, okay, let's do this. But there's always one that's just in their feelings when it happens, especially if something happens while they're gone or at work, or they hooked up without you knowing. They're always really sad about it. And they're like, oh, I'm cool with it. Don't lie to yourself. You're not cool with it. You're doing what you have to do to keep your relationship going, and I get that. I just don't think it's love. Or maybe it is, and it's just twisted, and I don't understand it because I've never been in it. And that's totally fine, but I can't do it. I just can't. And yeah, I just don't see how anyone can find the time to just say, hey, I'm over this. So yeah, what do you guys think about open relationships? Like, is it worth it just to keep somebody around, or is there some bullshit like I think?